Hi, welcome to the Urban Outdoorsman SoCal video. My name is Danny Milton, and today we're at Gum Grove Park. The reason why we're at Gum Grove Park today is because I'm going to be doing some active track tests with my Skydio 2. So I previously done the active track video comparing the Mavic 2 Zoom to the Mavic Air 2, showing the differences between those two drones and their ability to track. So I came back here to Gum Grove Park to compare the results that we're going to get from the Skydio 2 to the Mavic Air 2. Hopefully the Skydio 2 will do better. That's the reason why I purchased the drone. We're going to be walking up and down the same paths. The paths have changed a little bit just because of, trees falling or being cut down. The vegetation is much drier this time. It was earlier in the year, I believe, when I did the Mavic Air 2 video, so everything was green. Today everything is brown, but it may be a little bit more difficult for the Skydio 2 to fly through some of those trees because there are going to be a lot less leaves on them and a lot fewer branches. If you want to see any of my Mavic Air 2 videos, you can click on that playlist right there. I went through a ton of different videos doing active track, different scenarios, different active track modes, out at the beach, in the desert, on my mountain bike, all that kind of stuff. If you want to learn how to do that with the Mavic Air 2, you can click on that link right there. Also probably pretty comparable to the Mavic Air 2S. I'm also starting a Skydio playlist. So far, this is the second video I'm doing about the Skydio. The first video I did was over at El Dorado Park. I showed you guys how quick and easy it is to get the drone set up, connected to your phone, the controller, and the beacon, and get that drone up in the air. We also did a little bit of flying around, stuff like that, but all of the future videos are going to be in that playlist, and that playlist is going to be right there as well. So in the original video I did with the Mavic Air 2, the drone did a really good job of, raising an elevation, lowering an elevation, going around trees, getting through kind of the tighter areas compared to the Mavic 2 Zoom. Hopefully the Skydio 2 will do just as good, hopefully better. The way I'm going to be doing it, I'm going to be walking the same exact paths, and I'm just going to be using the phone to control the Skydio 2. I don't think it would be quite fair if I was using the phone and the GPS or the beacon, because the Mavic Air 2 doesn't have that. It's just using the tracking through the remote control and your phone. A couple of things you want to keep in mind too anytime you're using the Skydio 2 for active track is you want to make sure all of those sensor lenses are clean. There's 6 of them. The other thing you want to keep in mind is not to put any type of filter on the front of the drone while you're doing an active track. The drone is going to be following you, and you could be going from bright areas to dark areas, and the drone is going to be able to need to automatically change the shutter speed to either brighten or darken the picture to keep following you. If you have a filter on there and you have it set at a particular shutter speed, you may go into a dark spot and the drone will lose you because it's not going to be able to brighten that picture. Now we're doing the main track where I did most of the Mavic Air 2 testing. Drone is locked onto us. It's behind me, about eye level, probably about 6 feet off the ground. Got the screen record going. Yes, we do. So we're coming up. This trail is a little bit more open. There are trees on both sides for most of it. Went around that tree fine. We got a little archway here that's going to go under. Walking at a okay pace, not trying to burn through here or anything. Now we got a smaller archway to go through. Still locked on, still following. And it swung out to the right there a little bit. Gonna have to come back behind. Doing a good job so far. Now we're coming up to the infamous arched tree. Trees hanging over the trail, and we'll see if it goes under or around. Looks like it was smart enough to go around. Now this is the tight part. This is the area where the Mavic 2 Zoom could not go through. The Mavic Air 2 did. It's a pretty tight little area. You'll see in the footage here. Let's see if it circles back behind me. There we go. Kind of figuring it out. It's still moving. Still moving, got some low branches here to the right. Pretty tight little corridor I just walked through right there. Didn't have to stop once though. The Mavic Air 2, I kind of had to stop maybe a couple of times. Oh, what's going on? We're getting farther and farther away and it stopped. This is right where the drone lost me the first time. It's a pretty tight little corridor, but I would assume it should make it through that. We're gonna try this section again. You can see we're right on the straight part. The drone is about eye level to me, about 15 feet back. Let's see if we can walk through. Maybe if I walk through a little bit faster, maybe it'll kind of punch through there. Let's make sure we're doing a screen record. Start recording. Okay, we got the screen record on. Hopefully you guys can see me. I know the sun's behind me. So we've got the overhang tree, which it goes around no problem. Then we have a set of like 3 or 4 archways the drone's got to fly through. All about maybe 4 or 5 feet wide, maybe about 6 feet of clearance. So the first one we're good, got pretty close to the ground there. Second one we're thinking about, trying to go around. Oh, we're going all over the place now. Swung back in through the trees. Made it through that one. That was where it got stuck last time, and it looks like it's stuck again. Oh, it punched through. All right, sweet. I never stopped walking. For everybody who said I stopped walking for the Mavic Air 2, I never stopped walking for the Skydio. And we are all the way through the section. Very nice, very excited about that. All right, so the first attempt to go down the narrow path failed. It keeps getting stuck on this one particular archway. It is pretty narrow. It's only maybe about 4 or 5 feet wide and about 5 or 6 feet of clearance. So it was able to make it through the second time. I'm gonna go start to finish one more time just to see if we can get it to go through. The second full run, it made it. The first full run coming back the opposite direction, it didn't. It got stuck on that same archway. So we're gonna try one more time. We're starting from the east end, walking west. So we got the drone in the air. We are motion tracking. Can hear it behind me. There's something about that one particular archway. It's just a little too small for its bubble. Let's see there. Went around, working well. Swung out to the right. Now it's gonna have to come back behind me one more time to get through all of these archways. So there's one. Thinking about it. Oh, that's not good. There we go. Okay. Power through that first one. I might have slowed down like half a step. Now I'm walking through the one particular archway right now that it has a problem on. And it looks like it stopped again. It stopped again. Oh, and now it just raced through. And we're going, and we're going, and we made it. That is a very successful run. I only slowed down about half a step, never came to a complete stop. Let's go back one more time and see how we do. All right, so now we're gonna try to go back through the same area, but just in reverse, just to see if there's any difference in the drone. The Mavic Air 2 was able to do this section as well. I don't remember if it was the first or second time. The Skydio 2 took 2 times to get through it coming backwards the way we're going now, but it did a really good job. Doing good so far. Those 2 sections are a little wide open now. We're coming to the archway where it had a problem the first time we came through here. Let's see if going this way makes a difference. It's following. It's trying to find a way through there. Unable to follow. Ah! Not fun. All right, we're back. We're locked on. Let's see if it'll get through this archway one last time. Come on, Skydio. You can do it. I have faith in you. Just doesn't like, that bubble is just a little too small for it to go through. Let me stop. Let me give it a second. Come on. Come on, you can do it. It's trying to find a way. It's flying up, it's flying down. It keeps flying forward to go through it, but the bubble's just a little too, oh, it came through. Okay, it finally found its way through. Let's finish the rest of the trail, see if it'll keep up. We're going, made it under that one, no problem. And then we got the overhang branch here. It just swung out to the left all by itself. Made it around the overhang branch, no problem. All right, we're gonna try back through the trees one more time. Had to stop because there were some hikers coming through, so let's see if we can make it one more time really quick. Doing good so far. Those first trees usually aren't a problem. We're coming up to the one where it has the hardest time getting through. Come on, drone. Just do it. Just do it. Come on. Yes, push through. I didn't slow down my pace at all. Just kind of hovered there for a second. Keep coming. Whoa, big swing out to the left. Through some pretty tight bushes there. Going around the last tree. Awesome, super good job, very impressed. Okay, so very impressed with what the Skydio did. There was one little archway, for some reason, I don't know why, it just did not want to go through. It did on the second and third attempts, going both ways. I believe the first time we went through, it stopped and I had to reacquire, and then it was able to make it. Same way, same thing going the opposite direction. It didn't want to make it through the first time, went back, reacquired, made it through the second time, and then you see in those last runs, we went all the way through start to finish, and it made it through both times in each direction. It kind of paused at that one archway, but then it was finally able to figure out a way just to push through and, like, you know, get over itself. So did a really good job, definitely better than the Mavic Air 2. The Mavic Air 2, I did, you know, probably at least 3 or 4 takes, especially in that one section where it just does not want to go through. I don't know what it is. It's just a little too small of a bubble for the drones to feel confident about going through just the first time. Let's see if it'll get underneath this tree right here. There we go. Okay, went around that time, which was better. Now we're coming up into a pretty tight area. It's gonna have there's not 6 feet of clearance here, and maybe about 4 or 5 feet wide. We'll see if the drone can make it through there. You can see the leaves are in front of it. For some reason my app just turned off. Okay, we're still going. We're still going. Drone didn't lose me. I only stopped because for some reason my app turned off. You can hear the drone behind me now. It's pretty narrow right here, and I am gonna have to duck to go under these leaves. And now we're going downhill as well. Let's see if the drone can make it through that section. All right, now we've got a really tight area to go through here. See if the drone will make it through that. That'll be pretty impressive if it can. Now we're gonna go back down the hill. Unable to follow. The drone was also able to make it through the really tight section at the end of the trail. The Mavic Air 2 was not able to go through any of that kind of stuff. Very, you know, right at the end of that one very difficult section, the drone really couldn't make it through. I mean, you're talking a window of maybe like 3 feet by 2 feet, and the drone just didn't want to make it through there. but I mean, that's understandable. But the whole rest of that section, the drone did a great job, and the Mavic Air 2 wouldn't have had a chance to go through all that kind of stuff. I tried several different sections with the Mavic Air 2, and that one in particular as well, and it wasn't able to get through any of them. All right, so thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate it. This test is not normally a test that I would do. Like, I don't, you know, walk through parks with my drone, but this is just kind of to show you how tight of an area it can get through. You know, some people who buy drones like this are going to be filming their family, you know, running around at the park or things like that, and you kind of get a feel of how tight and how good or how well this drone can fit through some of those tight areas. I'm going to be doing a bunch more active track tests. You know, the next one is probably going to be at the beach with my son, or either on my mountain bike. Hopefully, you know, that's a much wider open area. Most of the trails that I do are not under canopy, but there are a lot of trees and bushes for the drone to kind of follow around. But for those as well, we'll be using the beacon. Make sure you do all that fun stuff for me. Please smash that like button, share, comment. Definitely subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. If you are subscribed, make sure you click that bell notification so you do get notified of when all of those future active track videos come out. And last but not least, make sure you click on one of those boxes in the corners. One will take you to a favorite video, another to a YouTube suggestion, and you can click that logo over there, the Urban Outdoorsman SoCal logo, to subscribe. Thanks a lot.